Yo, what's good people? We got the rank 4 Black Panther Civil War gameplay here, and oh my, he is insane. He's so versatile. He's one of the most reliable and fastest battlegrounds attackers in the game. He's pretty good on defense as well. You know, he's not the scariest defender, but he definitely stalls on defense, and if he does catch you with a combo, he does a massive burst of damage. A lot of people still underestimate this guy, but I think that's mainly just because he's a pretty rare champion as a 7-star. The only chance we had to get him was last banquet event, and we're not sure when the next opportunity to get him will be. Hopefully it's soon, because yeah, he's so good. This gameplay was sent to me courtesy of the genius, the mastermind behind the all-time classic video, Why Trap is MCOC Jesus. If for some reason you missed out on this absolute banger of a video, you should go check it out. It is the absolute peak, the pinnacle of MCOC content, and Ham meant every single word he said in that video. But at first you'd think Black Panther wouldn't be a great counter for Photon, because how do you play Black Panther? You need to parry a lot. That's normally bad against Photon, right? Plus she's bleed immune, so we're going to be missing out on a lot of damage. But clearly we didn't need the bleeds. The special 2 just outright wiped her out there. God damn. So clearly Black Panther, he's still a nuke even against bleed immune champions, especially at rank 4. That burst damage is enough to wipe out almost anything. What also helped in that Photon matchup is the insane amount of block proficiency Black Panther has, which he kind of needs. So it's a good job he has that, because his playstyle is you need to parry basic attacks, parry special attacks to build up your charges. The more charges you have, the more burst damage and bleed damage you deal of your special 2. But Ham is fighting this rank 4 Mr. Sinister here, which is a bit silly, because we want to see how much better Black Panther performs as a rank 4. So we want to see him versus rank 3s for now, not other rank 4s. Because otherwise I could just test this fight with a rank 3 versus rank 3 and it would be exactly the same. But that's just Ham being a idiot like he normally is. Now, Black Panther, he's a lot more versatile than I first thought he would be when he released. Like for example, he's a great counter to Bullseye. You pretty much only have to bait out one special 1 off Bullseye before you can finish him off with a special 2. The only thing you need to learn in this fight is how to parry most of the hits of Bullseye special 1, just so you can ramp up faster. But as long as you can do that, he's honestly a great counter for Bullseye in Battlegrounds at least. Again, the bleeds didn't even have a chance to tick. The special 2 just nuked him, and that was actually a rank 4 Bullseye. So that would be exactly the same fight against a rank 3. Honestly, you could probably do that fight a bit quicker if Ham didn't get backed into the corner. But again, Ham is terrible at this game, so you know, we can't hold that against him. But Black Panther, he should be terrible for Onslaught, right? Because whenever you parry Onslaught, you're going to get a Daunted on you. This is going to stop you from willpower healing, so you're going to take a bunch more Neuroshock damage. But I mean, Black Panther just doesn't care, and he just wipes him out with a single special 2. That's actually very stupid. He should not be able to take Onslaught, but at rank 4 he can. I don't think this would work great if it was rank 4 versus rank 4. I don't think the special 2 would be enough to quite finish him off. Maybe I'm wrong though. If you were paying attention to that last clip, you would have noticed that Black Panther was actually dealing bleed damage to Onslaught. How is that possible? Well, Onslaught, he only has 150% bleed resistance only, right? Well, Black Panther's bleeds actually gain 10% potency for each reflective charge, and he can gain up to 75 charges, so that's up to 750% potency. Onslaught's only ignoring 150% of that, so his bleeds still deal 600% of the original damage, which is still very, very good. So yeah, honestly, Black Panther, kind of a underrated counter for Onslaught somewhat. I mean, that fight, it's very tricky to do and you need good AI, but you can pull that out and surprise your opponent, and maybe they'll go for a throw round because they'll think your fight isn't going to work. Oh, but now we have my drunken one night stand Terry. If you don't know what I mean by that, I ranked 3 Terrax when I was drunk. It was a mistake, and you're about to see why it was a mistake, because many champions nuke this guy, and Black Panther is no different. Again, bleed immune champion, doesn't matter, burst damage just nukes him down. 30-second fight. Yeah, Terrax did absolutely nothing there. Now we got a Enchantress. Black Panther is pretty great against Mystic champions in general because he doesn't really have any buffs apart from the Dexterity Mastery. Ham should have parried a couple of hits in the special one there to ramp up faster, but no, instead he's got to mess about here trying to parry a bunch of basic attacks to ramp up when he could have just parried the damn special attack. But that's Ham for you. He sucks at the game. Everyone laugh at him. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'm sure that he could just throw his special 2 now, and that would probably be enough to nuke Enchantress with the bleeds after it. But I think he wants to ramp up enough for the burst damage to nuke her down. I'm gonna be real here though, I don't know what Ham is doing. He needs to just throw his special 2. He's finally doing it, but he could have thrown that special 2 so much sooner. That was way too much overkill. He turned a 30-second fight into a 60-second fight. If he just threw that special 2 sooner, the bleed would have ticked Enchantress down, even if he didn't parry some hits in a special attack to ramp up faster. I think he should have tried that fight again. I'm sure you can do that fight in like 20 seconds if everything goes right. But hey, I'm not going to complain since he's sending me this gameplay. I will make fun of him though. Now he's fighting this Maestro, and this is probably Black Panther's most famous matchup. He's a great counter to Maestro, one of the biggest health pools in the game, one of the tankiest defenders there is. Doesn't matter, nuked in a single special 2. If you can use Black Panther for the defender, they're getting nuked in a single special 2. It is actually pretty stupid. But yo, let me be real with you real quick. I know I've been bullying Ham a lot in this video. That's just because he deserves it. But he has his own channel. He occasionally makes MCOC content as well. So go give him a subscribe. I'll put the link to his channel in the comments. He's pretty funny. Not as funny as me, of course, but pretty entertaining. So go check that out. And of course he's fighting this Penny Parker here. He's really lucky Penny Parker didn't auto block him on one charge, because she always does it to me even though it's a 5% chance. Let me rant about that real quick, because Penny has a 5% chance to auto block you per charge. Explain to me how it is mathematically possible that she auto blocks me on one charge every single time within like the first combo. I want someone to explain to me how that is even possible. It's not. The game is just rigged. Penny is just rigged. Now, of course, you can just drop Penny's shield and then she won't auto block you. But I think her abilities are a lie. I straight think that 5% chance is cap. It's more like a 50% chance per charge to auto block you. Iron Man Infinity War nuked. Black Panther is actually really good against champions that you can't parry on their first medium attack, because that just lets you parry their medium attack, then parry their light attack straight after. So it gives him a even quicker way to ramp up, and Red Skull is another great example of this. Most of your parries are actually going to miss, but that's actually helpful because it's going to let you land a lot more parries in a row faster, and it's going to ramp you up. The one thing you need to keep in mind in that Red Skull fight is make sure to save your striker so you can land your heavy attack before your special 2. And now he's fighting this Domino. Now, obviously, Black Panther really should not be taking Domino, and this fight is against me. But I can't remember how he did here, so let's see. I don't think I was paying attention while Ham was doing these fights. I was probably watching regular show or something. I didn't actually watch any of these clips before recording this video, so this is actually somewhat of a live reaction. A live reaction to Ham getting cooked and hit in the face, but that's nothing new, bro. I see that pretty much every time I see Ham's gameplay. Of course, long shots cooking Black Panther. Long shots the better rank 4 than Black Panther. Let's be honest here, bro. But now we're doing this domino fight again, or rather Ham's doing this domino fight again. And I think this time it goes much better. If I remember correctly, he finishes pretty high health. You can see here Black Panther isn't really taking any critical failure damage. That's because there's nothing to fail off Black Panther. He has no abilities on his basic attacks, so there's not much domino can actually cause critical failure damage off. All you need to do is work your way up to your special 2 and drop that. She can fail your burst damage off your special 2 though, as you're seeing on the last hit there. If she didn't fail that with her 15% chance, that's definitely a 15% chance, even though she fails something every goddamn time, she would have died. But even this fight is still really impressive. A skilled champion finishing 89% health against Domino, even with a rank advantage, is very, very insane. Couple of Sasquatch fights to end the video. We all know Sasquatch is falling down the defensive food ladder. He's kind of becoming mid, but he still has the biggest health pool in the game, so it's still good to test out champions' damage against him. Hopefully we don't have to wait until next banquet for the next opportunity to get this guy as a 7-star. I don't have him and I really need him in my deck. There's not enough room to ban every champion with Jean Grey, Bastion, Zola, Serpent. There's so many champions I want to ban now. I cannot afford to be banning champions like Black Panther, so I desperately need to pull him. Oh my days, he blocked a Sassy special 1 and he got stunned. I completely forgot Sassy could even do that. Not gonna lie. When was the last time you ever saw that happen? But Sasquatch actually survived a special 2. That's because of all the damage reduction he has. Ham should have waited until he went into Wrath to throw that special 2, and then it would have finished him off. Common Ham mistake. If you made it this far in the video, then comment Ham bad. We need to get that trending. The world needs to know how bad Ham truly is. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, all of that stuff. I'd appreciate it. Thanks to Ham for sending this gameplay over. He should be sending me some rank 4 Nova gameplay soon as well, which I have mixed feelings on. Of course, I'm excited to see the gameplay, but I'm kind of jealous that it's not my rank 4 Nova, because obviously he's my favorite champion in the game. The only reason I haven't took him to rank 4 is because I don't want him getting banned in Battlegrounds. But at least we're going to be able to showcase some gameplay. But that's it from me. See you all in the next video.